Hey guys, it's Victoria and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I post videos every week and I love to make a bunch of fun-filled variety different types of videos. I like to do challenges, book reviews, vlogs, just talking about life videos, just anything that I may be in the mood to make or things that I love or feel passionate about, and also just anything that's fun and enjoyable. So if you have any suggestions that you may want me to make, just comment below those. And if you're new here, subscribe because I like to make new friends and get to know new people, and I get to do that through this video and all the other ones I make. For today's video, I am making a review, which I'm sure you can see from the title, but it's on The Way I Used to Be by Amber Smith. So this book was recommended to me by my friend Mariah, and this is actually her copy of the book because I don't have it. She had read it, told me how much she loved it, and then she's like, here, you read it, and then now my friend Natalie's gonna get it. But yes, it was an amazing read. I will have a part with non-spoils, just kind of saying what the book is about, but there will be a spoilers part in the end because I have quite a few thoughts on the novel that I'm sure those of you who have read it want to discuss. So The Way I Used to Be is a book about a girl named Eden. It starts off from her freshman year of high school and ends at her senior year. And once you start reading this book, you realize really how intense it is and the content that is inside of it. It is because it's not a book that you really take lightly. It has a lot in it, and it's just really intense. And so when you first start reading, it starts automatically of what the main concept of the whole book is, and that is when she gets raped. And so throughout this novel, you are seeing Eden's life as she goes throughout high school and how much being raped affects her life and how it influenced her to make decisions and how it really got to her and how she couldn't live a normal life based on everybody else. And I find it to be really powerful that Amber Smith decided to write this novel because there aren't many out there like this that I have read at least or seen that really talk about sexual assault. I'm sure there are some, but that I've heard of, there aren't really that many. If there are, let me know in the comments and share with others because it's really an important topic and it happens, but no one ever talks about it that much, in my opinion. Starting off as a freshman, Eden was a band geek. She was a little nerdy. She played clarinet. She was in marching band, and she was just a normal kid. She loved her family. She had a normal family. Her mom and dad loved her. She adored her big brother. They had the best relationship, and her life was fine. She had her best friend until she got raped, and that's when this book starts. And after that, she changed completely. She feels like she can't tell anybody what happened, so it brings her down, and she feels like she has a secret inside of her that she just needs to let go of, but she can't because she doesn't know how to speak it in words. And this goes on throughout all of high school. It's bullied, falls into peer pressure, makes mistakes that she would have never made as a freshman before this had happened, and she ends up ruining relationships with people she really cared about because she didn't know how to communicate with them and be true to them the way she wanted to be because she had this little secret inside of her. Not little secret, she had this big secret inside of her, and she had to learn that she could fix it in the end and a lot of different things. So this novel does contain a little bit of romance through. It's not like the main portion, but the guy she's with is just so amazing, and you grow to love him as a character because he really is like, you know, when you read a book and the main character's love interest, they're just kind of like this picture perfect guy. Well, in this book, that guy is not picture perfect, and he has his flaws and things that in his life that aren't going so well. And I like that we get to see that and see that he's not like this perfect guy that we see in most novels. That's all I'm going to say for the summary part of this novel because I really did enjoy it, and I do not want to spoil it for anybody because my friend told me some things, so then I was anticipating that to happen, and I mean, I don't blame her. I told her she could tell me, but yeah, so I don't want to spoil anything for you guys. If I were to rate this book, I would rate it a 4.5 out of 5 stars because it wasn't cried up there because there were some things about it that just really affected the way I enjoyed it, but I really did, and I definitely recommend it, and you should really pick it up. But I do not think anyone under the age of 15 should read it because it is a really mature read, and you just really have to understand what's going on, and it's not a book that can be taken lightly. If you have not read this book yet, I suggest you do not keep on watching. Come back to this video after you read it. It really is not that long of a read. Just read it first and then come back. I'm gonna start now. Bye. Now that everyone here has read this book, hopefully, let's just first talk about Eden and her relationship with her brother. Now, to me, I found her relationship with her brother so important in this book, and I loved how much he cared for her and she loved being with him. One day she was just fine with Kevin, and then the next she hated his guts, and I don't see how his brother did not notice this. She had feelings for Kevin, she had a crush on him, so she was perfectly fine around him. She didn't care that he was with his family all the time. And then this happened, and she totally hates this guy, and her brother doesn't even realize that, and that's what gets me so frustrated, because I feel like since they were so close, I feel like in real life that he would have at least noticed something and gone to her and kind of talked to her about it, but he didn't. He just pushed aside and went on with Kevin back to college. So Eden's relationship with her best friend Mara, I don't know how to pronounce it, but their friendship is so strong. They've been friends forever, and I honestly feel like in the beginning it was kind of her friend that was influencing her to do the things that she kind of regretted later. It was her friend who had her smoke for the first time. Whenever Cameron later comes into the story and he doesn't like Eden because she's a bad influence on Myra or whatever, it's Myra wasn't the best influence either on Eden. When Eden was in the bathroom and Amanda walked in there with her friend, I forget her name, they wrote things on the stall for the first time, when it first happened, I was so frustrated because, I'm sure you all were. I just wish Eden would have stuck up then and there and gone out of that stall and said something to her. But instead she just let it happen, and then it kept going on through all of high school, that rumor. So the fact that Amanda made this rumor about her, everyone perceived her in this way. Everyone thought she was that way. And then she just turned into it because she's why not just be what everyone thinks I am? Because she wasn't that way in the beginning. We all know she was with Josh, and Josh was great. And she was the only person, Josh was the only person she was with. She had never been with anybody else except for obviously when Kevin raped her. That was the only time she had been with anyone else, and that was not her choice, obviously. And this rumors go about her, and then when Josh and her are over, she just turns into what everyone thinks she is. And it just happens slowly by slowly, and I just feel like Mara as a friend should have said something to her and should have been hey, I really don't think you should be doing this, you're better than this, I care for you. But I feel like she never did that, as a friend, I feel like it's kind of your position. And then when Myra forgets her birthday, I was so mad, because, obviously they made up after that, but, for real, she forgot, she didn't even realize it, and she kept hinting it to her, and I just wish she would have been yo, it's my birthday, and then she would have totally gone out to dinner with her. But the way she was viewing it was nobody cared about her. So when Eden calls Steve and apologizes, goes to his house, and they're making out, and things are gonna happen, and she doesn't want it to happen. I don't understand how she let it get that way. She doesn't have feelings for Steve at all, doesn't, and she just knows that it's wrong. He's not the other guys that she had been with. And then I just don't see how Steve doesn't realize it. She's made it so clear throughout the book that she just doesn't have feelings for him. She told Myra, I don't want to go to the mall with you guys, I don't want to go to the movies, because she didn't like Steve. And then Myra's but you're gonna be perfect together. And so she does what her friend says, and then her friend gets mad at her whenever she hurts his feelings because she doesn't want to be with him. I'm just this whole time she's been telling you, and now I mean, she did hurt his feelings, obviously, and she was kind of confusing to him. He's like, what's going on? But, like, her friend gets mad at her for that, and the whole time, she's told her she doesn't like this guy. She just knew Eden didn't like him, and still she kept inviting her to go do things with her and Cameron, when she knew she didn't even like Cameron either. And I just always wanted her to tell Josh that she was the girl that he, like, trampled over that one year, freshman year. But she never did, and I wanted to see Josh's reaction of, like, that was her. Like, she was that geeky kid with the clarinet that I tripped over, and the next year, he, like, falls in love with her. And I just always wanted her to tell him that, but she didn't. But yeah, anyway, I do not want this review to be too long because there's so much I have to say about it. There were so many parts I was just like, oh my god, like, ugh. When she tells Josh and they're at IHOP, and I mean, he had a girlfriend, so I don't like that they, like, kissed and everything, even though I love them together. But in all, I loved this book. It was a great read. It was one of the most intense reads I've read, because I usually read, like, fiction and, like, romance and contemporary, or things with magic and all those kind of things. And this was different. This was really different, and I really enjoyed it, which is why I'm sharing it with you today. So I really hope you do read it, and I hope you enjoy it. Let me know in the comments below if you are one of the people who did not read it and watch this video at the end, even though I told you, and let me know how you like it below. And if you did read it already, comment below what you thought of it. Thank you so much for watching. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Thank you so much. Bye.